While there are a lot of phones in the 10 to 12,000 rupees price bracket, there are not too many new entrants when you compare it to whatever is available. Now, Acer has just launched the Liquid E700, and it is their entrant into the 10 to 12,000 rupees price bracket. So let's quickly unbox the Acer Liquid E700 and see what it's got. So the box is fairly basic, and the price on the box is quite high, but the device is supposedly available for around 11,900 rupees. And it's only available through a shopping website called Snapdeal. So let's quickly open the box and see what all we have inside. The first thing inside the box is the Acer Liquid E700. I'm going to put this to the side and go further in. Once you go further in, you will find the documentation, the in-ear style earphones with flat cable, a 3.5mm jack, and a push button to send in end calls. You also have a USB to micro USB cable along with a wall charger. Now all the cables and the in-box accessories seem to be of really high quality, which is a good thing. So this is the Acer Liquid E700. I'm going to take off this plastic packaging, and as you can see, you get basic set of specifications over here: a 5-inch display HD. So you also have the Acer rapid camera clicking button. You have a 3500 mAh battery, which is a first for this price bracket and this spec set. Which is great. You of course have other devices, one which has 5000 mAh, but it doesn't have the kind of specs that this has. This device also has a front facing flash, which is a great thing, and then you have front facing dual speakers, almost like boom sound, on either side of the display or on the top and bottom of the display, depending on how you're holding the device. Let me get rid of that plastic packaging. So over at the front, you have a 2-megapixel camera along with a front-facing flash. You of course have the earpiece along with the front-facing speaker. Below that, you have a 5-inch display, which is a 720 by 1280 pixel display. Below that, you have the 3 touch capacitive buttons. They're not on-screen buttons. They are below the main display. And on the bottom, you have the secondary speaker, which is also front-facing, which will act as a part of the stereo speakers. On the bottom, you have the pinhole microphone along with a tab to pull out the back cover. On the right-hand side, you have the volume rockers along with the micro USB charging and data syncing port, and on the top you have the power button along with the 3.5mm headphone jack. The left remains clean and without any ports or buttons. On the back you have an 8-megapixel camera along with LED flash, the secondary noise cancellation microphone, and a quick button which Acer likes to call Acer Rapid, which will allow you to click pictures quickly. And then you have the Acer logo and the DTS Studio Sound logo at the bottom, which will of course require headphones. Now, if I pull out the back cover, here you can see that you have a fixed battery, but you have 3 SIM card slots, which is crazy in today's day and age, but you have a big battery, so that should be good enough. So you can put in up to 3 SIM cards in the Acer Liquid E700, and then you can also add a micro SD card, which is great. So the battery is non-removable, but you have 3 SIM card slots, which is again great. So the device is finally on, and as you can see, it is a custom sort of interface over here that Acer has installed. It does run on Android 4.4, and you have a notification panel over here along with quick toggles, which are also over here. You can also pull down the full list of quick toggles if you want to by tapping on this little arrow that you have. If I quickly jump into settings of the quick toggles, I can move around my toggles in the way that I want them to show. If I jump into the settings of the device, I'll just quickly jump into About Device, and you'll be able to see that it's running 4.4.2, which is KitKat. Hopefully we'll get an update to Lollipop, but I really have no information on whether or not it'll be available to you guys anytime soon, but I'll try and get some information by the time we review the device. So basic set of things over here. The dial is pretty stock. The messaging panel also appears to be mostly stock, along with Swipe, which is pre-installed. If you go into settings, you can see that you can customize the swipe settings according to your requirements. So the keyboard is preloaded with Swipe, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. But you can move around your keyboards and download several other keyboards from the marketplace, or which is the Google Play Store. The browser seems to be really fast and responsive, and I don't think you'll have any issues running most of your content. Of course, you can download Chrome. Chrome is also preloaded on the device in the Google folder. So you have the stock browser along with Chrome, which is preloaded on the device. Now, of course, you have a bunch of preloaded applications that come from Acer, including Acer SnapNote, Acer Cloud, Backup and Restore, Docs, and a bunch of other applications, including a file manager, live screen, play news strand, etc. You also have something which is called quick mode, and you can set up a password that'll basically give you a quick sort of basic mode for your phone, and then you can switch into a senior mode. For example, it'll make all the things bigger, and then you can go into the phone dialer and you'll have a big dialer. So this can be used by people who are fairly senior and who have problems with vision, so that can be used for those people. You can also switch back to the original mode by entering your password. Now you can jump back into the mode switcher and then turn into basic mode, for example, where it'll just give you the camera, the phone dialer, and pre-recorded list. So you can give this phone to your kids if you want to, and let them use the camera, let them make phone calls to a pre-recorded set of individuals. So this device can come in really handy for those kind of things. You of course can go into the full set of settings over here, go back into the mode switcher, and if you want to keep it in, for example, the keypad mode, it'll just give you these things. So you'll have message, media, weather. You can then jump into applications from here, so you get a basic set of applications. You can give them the full set of applications as well, but it'll remain like sort of a feature phone versus a full-size smartphone. And then if I go into the mode switcher one more time, you can jump back into the default mode. You can also see you have an FM radio. You'll need to plug in your earphones to use that, but that is essentially a good feature. The battery life on this is going to be pretty impressive. As I can imagine, it's 3500, but if you're going to be using all 3 SIM cards in this, then you might want to think about it twice. So video playback is pretty good, but the speaker could have been louder. Despite the fact that we have 2 front-facing speakers, I'm not too happy with the overall sound that comes from the device. The 5-inch display is great, viewing angles are not so great, and the screen completely darkens out when you twist it a little towards the side. And the Acer Rapid key will allow you to quickly take pictures, and I'm going to just tap that and you can set it up. So if you go into the Acer Rapid settings, you can short press and set what you want to do with the short press. And if you long press, it should go into the camera, and I'm going to long press right now and try and see if I can jump into the camera real quick, and it does. And then you can also tap on the Acer Rapid button to click pictures, and pictures seem to be really right in focus. And you have a lot more detail. You can lock into place a certain amount of things. Your focus and brightness, you can lock them into place. And you can use individual icons for focusing as well as setting up brightness and then clicking a picture. As far as specifications are concerned, you do have a MediaTek MT6582 chipset, which is a quad-core 1.2 GHz. The chipset is not going to be appreciated by a lot of people, but you also get 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of inbuilt storage, and you can expand the storage up to 32 GB. Unfortunately, you only get 12 GB out of the 16 GB as usable. So we'll be back with a full review of the Acer Liquid E700. It certainly seems unique, if not great. The fact that it has 3 SIM cards, front-facing flash, and a 3500 mAh battery gives it a good amount of specs for the price bracket. But the fact that it has a MediaTek 6582 chipset, which is fairly old, sort of puts it down. And I do see a bit of lag while performing certain applications on this device, which might be a turn-off for a lot of people. So that is the Acer Liquid E700, guys. I'll be back soon enough. If you have any questions or queries, do leave them on iGyaan.in. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV for iGyaan Networks. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.